Hello everybody and welcome back to the video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas and today we're finally going to be checking out the long-awaited and highly anticipated first full album of GIDLE, I Never Die. Including 7 B-sides. I think everybody would have loved if it would have been a double-digit album, but I take what I can get. It's been over 1 year since the last album, so 7 more GIDLE songs for me to enjoy and listen. I'm excited, I'm ready for it, but I have to say a few things before it. First being, we have checked out the album snippet beforehand, but I've only really checked out it for the video, and otherwise I did not listen to it again, so I've also forgotten most of it already, but I will probably feel it again a little bit more while we watch it. So anticipations are still very high and the expectations are still very high. The snippets we got were really good and already gave us a good glimpse of what to expect, so I'm really excited to see how it will end up being. Only thing I can say already beforehand is the fact that some songs actually seem pretty short, especially Never Stop Me is I think only 2 minutes and 24 seconds, so that's a bit interesting to see what they're doing with these very short songs. And the other thing I can tell is that usually I always wait for the lyric videos of Zadi Farhani. I trust them the most when it comes to the correctness of the lyric videos, but for this one, especially given that I'm not sure if this video will stay as the full album. I'm now recording all 7 songs in a row. Not sure if this will work, if copyright will say nope, that's too much for us, and I will then have to split it into 2 parts. That's why I now decided to not wait that long and instead not just take lyric videos of other channels as well, just to check it out as soon as possible for me, and then if there's issues with the copyright, I then have the time to split it up again so I can still give you all the reactions today. Enough beforehand, so if the videos are 100% correct, then that's okay. We will get the song, we will get the core of it anyway. So let's stop talking, let's start reacting. Our first of 7 B-sides on GIDLE's first full album, I Never Die, is Never Stop Me, which is, like mentioned, very short, less than 2:30. Written by Zoyeon, composed by Zoyeon X Pop Time, which is always a great combination. One of the songs solely written by her, so I'm excited to check it out. Short, but probably going to be sweet. First B-side of GIDLE's first full album, I Never Die, Never Stop Me. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's what we had in the snippet. Actually, given it started off so abruptly, really feels like a good intro. Ooh. Use these English lyrics all the time. I hear a rock riff. Ooh. Ooh, I love the rock influence in both this and the title track. Ooh, we're similar, like this also for the title track. So, some similar core elements used for this. Ooh, the lyrics though. Oh, but I love this section a lot. This pre-chorus, first by Yuki and then by Mini, are ooh. Ooh, I like the arrangement here and the distribution. For the second pre-chorus section. Ooh, what is the rock here? Oh, but what a vibe! But I'm so sad already that it's so short. Because I think we've just ended here now, right? Oh, a lengthy outro. Oh, did you hear that? Minnie's pronunciation. Oh! Did you hear the way she pronounced coffee there? Like, oof. ASMR video right now, please. My goodness. Nice coffee. coffee. My goodness. Mini has been absolutely wrecking me within the past 2 months. Like mentioned first, their featured performance, and now for what I've seen from this comic thus far already. Like, I never thought it was possible, given that Zoan is one of my old to be bias rate energy out of comic, but he is doing that. Goodness gracious. But, okay. Never Stop Me. Very, very short song. Actually kind of reminds me, especially given that it's rock influenced too, because when you look at rock albums from some rock bands, like example, recently I've been listening a lot again to Sum 41, a very great underrated band. They're on their albums, they also have some very short songs, because generally I think rock songs don't need to be very long. I think rock songs just work in between the 2 to 3 minute mark. You know, they don't need to be close to 4 minutes or something like that to really work. And given that Never Stop Me is both also rock influence and also has like this la 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 section similar to the title track, I think this was definitely what they wanted to go for 2 very quick, rapid fire, good, energetic rock songs before we then go into a different sound direction. Because that's always the thing about albums, you know, for mini albums we can usually just throw whatever we want into that. I think that always works. For a full album, I always think it's important to have a good coherency, I hope that's a word, and just, you know, a good way to construct an album. Given this is only 8 songs, you know, it's basically more of a bigger mini album really than a big full album, so maybe it's not even that necessary here to look at it, but I still think this is a good way to open the album. Like mentioned, 2 very energetic and just very fun title tracks. And what I really liked about this is definitely the way this song was constructed. I like that we had Zoan doing the verses as usual, mini opening and ending the song is a good touch. The pre-chorus though is so freaking good. The way first Yuki and later on Mini come in with this strong English lyric, "You broke my heart, you locked my love," that just sounds so freaking good. And then followed by Shahua, who did a great job with the pre-chorus and the title track, and now also does here. Ooh, this is such a strong line, you know, that just captivates immediately. You broke my heart, you locked my love. Really has that shouting like energy you need for a rock song, so that is pretty damn good. The chorus is also very fun. Then this la 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 section is very, very catchy. He's on with another savage verse like, "I'm looking forward to your wedding" and everything. Ooh, she really has been stepping it up in the fierceness over the past year. Like, just look at Psycho from a mini album as well. Okay. A very quick and fun rock song to follow up the rock title track. So I think, like mentioned, that's a good way to open up an album. Definitely enjoyable. And like mentioned, I think given it's a rock songs usually are not always the longest. I think the length is also acceptable. You know me, I'm usually always the type of person that is like, why not make it longer? But I think the song was still very full and satisfying enough for its length. So very enjoyable first B-side, GIDLE's Never Stop Me. That was really damn cool. That was good. We're moving over to our second B-side, which is Villain Dies. And this had such a very ominous, intriguing vibe to it. For the audio snippet, we have lyrics once again, slowly done by Zoan. And we this time also have... Oh, what was I talking about? Pop Time was for the title track with Cacao. Never mind, we also had Pop Time for the first B-side. I'm talking nonsense. This time also composed by The Proof. And also arranged by them. Alright. Second B-side of GIDLE's first full album, I Never Died. Villain Dies. Very interesting to see how this thing is going to be ending up being in full. Check it out.
Once upon a time, there was a villain. Who was villain? Yeah.
Okay, before we start, I said it in the opening, okay, that this time, maybe the lyrics won't be 100% correct. And literally the first song that, like, the lyric video that is not done by Zadi Farhani. Okay. Maybe it was a mistake, but, like, Minja wanted to do this as fast as possible, so... Because that is Zoan.
Once upon a time, there was a villain. Who was villain?
That is not Mini. This is Mini. The speed is so dark. Dark and just strong. I think this is also not Mini anymore, okay? Yeah, maybe it was a bad idea to take these lyric videos, but... Ooh, I love the slow pacing in this. of the background humming. Strong build up.
If the villain dies.
What an intriguing sound. This is now the chorus, just instrumental, okay. But like the first verse was... Minnie and Yuki's back to back is just... Oh!
Yeah, you put me down and rub me that in fact you don't even know me that well. I never cried.
What a beat!
Yesterday is a work cause of her. Who is the villain? 그 악당이 나였네. 모든 걸 망치는 그녀를 미워했는데 이 소설 속 악당은 나였네. You got over offer 거기서 help은 나 얼른 뺏는 게 없어진 나의 play는 바꿔버릴 거야 이걸로. You got over offer 거기서 help은 나 얼른 no no no. Why do you love her?
That verse was... Wow. I love the way we played with the doo-doo-doo in the background there. Such a very cool sounding sound here. Okay, but... Okay, I don't know what Yuki has with Minnie in this, but like, these lyrics are pretty wrong.
If the villain dies.
Something so mysterious here. You know what I mean? I think there's also not Zoyan. I'm so sorry, guys. I think this is Minnie too. I'm not 100% sure myself, but ooh. What?
Never die.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. So I don't know why I feel a little bit ashamed right now because I said I won't be too. The lyrics won't be too much of a problem, but damn, this they had a lot of mistakes in there. Definitely gotta yeah. But okay. Let's not get distracted by that too much because the song is... Whoa! This is such a unique... This is so unique, both in the construction, but also just in the entire delivery and everything. It kind of feels more like a story being told, right? Like, you know, your typical song, because it's just so slow-paced. We just have such a very, very slow tempo in here that really, there's never really a moment where we pick up big energy or anything. Like even the chorus, which is an instrumental chorus, which then usually ends up being, you know, always like a spike moment in the song, also is really not. It's also more of a vibe, more of a left to right swinger, you know? This is really, really damn intriguing. Like, very different yet again to what they've done before. Like, that's the thing. Both Toon Boy and Never Stop Me were on rock sounds that then hadn't done before. Now Villain Dies comes in like something that not only GIDLE hasn't done yet, but also feels like I can't remember her from any other group, at least recently, you know? Such a very intriguing sound and such a very, very different feeling and just atmosphere to it. So slow paced, so mysterious. You're like so intrigued to see where this is going. The pre-chorus is amazing. You know, like mentioned, we don't have a full energetic chorus or anything, so we have this slow pace, very, very good chorus verse with Minnie and Yuki, then with Yuki and me on, I'd say. So, whoa. That was really, really, really cool. And like mentioned, very, very different. But what I'm just trying to check here right now is under my playlists, whether or not I have more videos from this channel in there now, because honestly that was a little bit too much. I won't even lie. Now the other ones are from someone else, so let's hope that they did a better job with that. Oh, and I think I even missed including one. Oh no, wait, the next song on the album would be Already, and I think I actually I have that in. Okay, all right. So yeah, the confusion with the lyrics aside, a very, very different sound that is still just very, very good. But especially this middle section here with Zoyan. Her verse was killer, okay? Her verse was killer, both lyrically very strong. Who is the villain? That villain was me. Is it maybe even like they're talking about them, like they are the villains here? You know, like they aren't talking about a villain that dies, but like they like portraying themselves as the villains and talk from that point of view. Will the end of this crazy? When will the end of this crazy? All right. Yeah, this is really something new, something fresh. You know, really enjoyed that. That was pretty damn cool. Big fan of this. And like mentioned, such a switch up to the two title tracks. We're really cooling it down with that, basically. So, GIDLE Villain Dies, it definitely a standout song and B-side that just feels so different to what you usually hear as B-sides on an album. Big fan of that. Enjoyed it a lot. We move over to our third B-side, which is Already. And Already is this time done by both Zoran and Minnie, also including Houdini. Also composed it. Zoran didn't even compose it. Minnie composed it with Houdini. It was arranged by the two as well. So Zoran probably only wrote her own rap and everything else was done by Minnie. Ain't it good to see how that's going to be like? Third B-side of GIDLE's first full album. Already. Let's check it out. Let's hope the lyrics are better this time.
I'm alone in this room for so long. 너에 대한 생각들로 난 이런 노래만 들고 있어.
Zion singing, always welcomed. I love the simplicity in the instrumental here. Just the snaps, just this continuous sound. My goodness. Yuki's voice here is just... Oh, is that the chorus? Oh, they're spitting fire yet again. What the hell? Ooh. I still gotta check the Minnie's thing with Lee Mooch, and her voice is just... Me too. The voices in GIDLE are just... It's the chorus actually, okay? Didn't feel that spiking at first, so like, you know, there was like a big clear explosive moment to signalize it was like now the chorus. But it's such a simple yet catchy one. And like I mentioned, doesn't spike too much, really continues the flow of the song. Ooh, the gritty bassy though. Oh, like an... Oh damn, like an instrumental bridge without any lyrics? I was about to say, we can't end it there, okay? That was interesting. Also something I don't think they've done before, like a legit solely instrumental for the bridge. Because you usually use the bridge for a very catchy or just a very epic vocal section. Or even a flow verse, you know. But I'm actually kinda hypnotized by this. Already over. Oh damn. That was a bit much. We even after the sound of the projector. Oh, I think this is the second time this happened. I remember doing an NCT Dream reaction. It happened something similar where I was drinking my stuff a day and like, ooh! Those are not tears. Oh man, they are, but not from the sunlight. I still haven't figured out the English word for that when you like drink too much or like drink weirdly and then just swallow it wrong and then just everything is just annoying. But okay, focusing on the song. First, the lyrics saying now, this goodness gracious, what is going on? But okay, already is again very different, and like mentioned, after the two rock opening tracks, we really now took a turn. You know what I like I mentioned about the the cohesiveness or coherency. I don't know how you what the word for that is, but cohesive is just what an album should be, especially like a full album. At least when you label it like one, even though it's definitely like mentioned, it's more like a bigger mini album. What do we like is again, like mentioned, that we take such a different route and different sound, and this really is now a bit more, you know, like the first like Villain Dies was rather ominous and rather, you know, just integrating in its sound. This had now something very comfortable about it. You know, we still had some good pacing in there with the snaps and just with this continuous do sound in the background. So it wasn't like a very slow paced song at all, but it still was just something very comfortable. We had Zoyon singing in there, which is always welcome, but still had a big fire fierce Zoyan verse in there yet again. And I mean, we know her talent, we know how great she's in rap and how great her verse is always up, but you just never not surprised, always caught off guard at how good it is. Her flowing, her lyrics, her just the way she delivers, it's just always so on point. So Zoyan's verses are just always a highlight in my opinion. But like mentioned, what I found really interesting here is the fact that we have a zero lyrics bridge. You know, usually like mentioned, bridges are used for another catchy vocal section, like a high note, or you know, or when you do an instrumental section, then you're doing it at least, you know, just quicker. You know, like sometimes we have where the bridge isn't really rich and we just do a 5-second instrumental interlude before we go into the chorus again. That usually happens for very short songs. Here we really take around more than 20 seconds full of just a powerful, strong instrumental before we go back into this, like mentioned, very simple but catchy chorus, you know? That's very interesting, and once again, something I haven't seen done that often, at least for songs that aren't, you know, like rock. Rock is also in a genre where that happens a lot, where you have the Sega's riff solo and everything in there, you know? This time we just do this gritty bass and just rise the tension, the hardest section of the song, basically, before we then dive back into this very comfortable, somewhat sailing-like vibe from the chorus. Very interesting about this, really, again, once again, shows me that, GIDLE just always feels different. There's just no GIDLE album with just very rarely songs of them that feel like they're, you know, something you hear several times over here. You know, there are just some type of songs and genres that you just have heard before and that you will hear again throughout the year. I really can't tell the same about GIDLE's album here thus far. Very enjoyable song. Also enjoyed the lyrics a lot. Again, Minnie's and Yuki's voices, but I mean, also sounded great. Like mentioned, Zoe singing and the rapper was great. She had a little section that, but also really enjoyed that part from her. Not a very strong B-side, and another one that, like mentioned, is very, very different. I think this would definitely be. I think it's good that it's placed more in the middle, because I think like after this very energetic start, this will be the type of B-side that you want focus on. You know, like that you like really concentrate on, like, but that you just vibe alongside with, you know, just do the la 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 alongside with it, you know. That's the type of song I think that's a pretty good location for it in the middle of the album. So Minnie did a great job here, really enjoyed that. Zoran's verse once again fire. GIDLE's already a strong third B-side on the first album, I Never Die, and we move over to our fourth B-side, which is Polaroid, which is the first GIDLE song since I think one of the, I don't know which one it was exactly, but one B-side from their first album. So this is now the first time in nearly 4 years that here is a GIDLE song that does not include lyric credits, or just credits at all involving Zoyan. Yeah, and that would usually tell me, you know, there won't be a rap, because I think Zoyan usually always writes a rap, so this is going to be interesting. Boyd's always included within the lyrics and everything, so they did Giant together with Yuki already, so that gives me good hopes as well. So very good to see what this is going to be. Polaroid, or fourth B-side.
손에 담아서 잊지 않게 간직하고 싶어 난 in my pocket, in my pocket. A lot of people want us to grow up. 시간은 참 빠르게만 가는데 I want pleasure, want pleasure.
Minnie and Yuki back to back, and just say it again. So I can't sing it. I like that a lot.
Let's forget everything at the flash. Can I take out the Polaroid and then we smile brightly? 슬퍼지더라도 울지는 않을게. Let's make a funny face.
The snippet really didn't feel like a ballad, but it's definitely more of a softer song. What a smooth song.
Sometimes I think we can look back.
Guitar here though. Oh, this is such a melter.
We've been too busy.
Wow. With a little the background vocals here too though. We build up basically throughout the entire song to this chorus, which then goes a bit more up in the entire BPM. Because there we have the bass. I remember hearing this from the snippet or a section of it, and I was like, hey, this actually sounds like you could rap over it. But it's just for the chorus, just to give it some more flavor. The way Minnie goes a bit higher here in the register. Oh, Minnie's English. Like that we now add lyrics over this little section. Let's make a funny face. Take out the Polaroid. We shouldn't forget. Ah, this is such. I think this is one of their softest songs to date. Like with the lyrics too, you know. With such fierce and aggressive lyrics throughout the majority of the other songs, and we now go really to this wholesomeness again, which suits them well as well, a lot as well. Let's make a funny face. Alright, first thing I can definitely mention before, like mentioned, due to the fact that we actually had quite a good tempo from the audio snippet, I really thought that, well, like, I was surprised at first because it definitely sounded like a song you could rap over. Where I'm like, hey, so doesn't let anybody else write the raps, you know? But then now my, expectation was realized and made true with the fact that there is no rappers this time, and to do that, they said, okay, let Yuki write it this time, you know? And I think this is also one of the songs that had the least storyline lines. I think she literally only had these two sections in between, and that's it. Yeah, I don't think her name, like, never mind, but like, Minnie and Yuki definitely dominated the song. Minnie had a lot of lines here as well, and that definitely already can tell you, like, mention where the song went, because it was such a soft, slow pace, and just very harmonizing song, you know? Feeler, basically, a melter, you know, this type of song that I'm similar to already. You don't need to focus on too much, just lean back, just relax and chill and just listen and enjoy, you know? Nothing you need to focus on too much. A very comfortable song to listen to, basically. And again, especially after the opening to this album, which was so fierce and so aggressive in some way. I mean, they freaking killed it all in the music video. We got now back into this more wholesome, related lyric and just arrangement and everything, and it works so well. I can just, again, be so in awe of Minnie and Yuki's voices throughout this entire thing. Everybody else sounds great as well, but Yuki and Minnie, that's why have been really shining on this album for me. Really enjoyable. And again, that's the first song since one of the B-sides from the first album that did not include any credit on Zoyeon. And I can really say, Yuki, good job. This is a really cool song, and continues now, like mentioned, the trend of the album. Turning it down, you know, Boy, very powerful rock sound, and very energetic short. Song Will Never Stop Me, then Villain Dies already been a bit more slower and a bit more, you know, vibing and everything. And now both Already and Polaroid go into way more softer direction, with Polaroid probably marking the lowest point in sense of, you know, tempo and everything from the album, because now we move over to our final 3 B-sides, and I think that we will now take the pace up again, with the next one being Escape, which is now this time done by Minnie and Zoyeon, and who's also in it? Brad Pitt was in it. Composed is actually by Minnie again this time, so Minnie, our composer here, really enjoyable. Arranged by Brad Pitt, so I would not be surprised if yet again Minnie wrote the stuff for everyone else and Zoyeon only her own verse. Let's dive into it. Our 5th B-side of GIDLE's first full album, I Never Die, Escape. Check it out. Yeah, no. But man, Minnie opens nearly all the songs today. Definitely increasing the tempo now. But upbeat, this also kind of feels like a more POLAROID song, but just a bit more powerful. Oh yeah. Mini songs really have these simple but very catchy melodic choruses. I like it.
Yeah. 원래 힘든 거래 모두가 마치 나는 아닌 것처럼 눈치를 보며 그냥 버틸까 또 하다가 때려치워 나는 버거워 이 순간에 행복해질래 시간이래 도저감 멈춰서 쉴래
Zoyeon versus never disappoints.
몰라 이럴 때 너에게로 escape
That's the thing about Zoyeon. No matter the environment, she can always make her rap work and don't make it feel out of place. That's just talent. Bueno. This really gives me old 2000s flavor. Switch it up here again, so a few mistakes here in the overlay too. Sorry for that, but I like how we have this little break here between these very little catchy sections, then the lyrics again. Man, I need ASMR from you, girl, please. This transition to the chorus drop is just the way the guitar kicks in here is just so good. Yeah, such an uplifting sound, you know, something just so wholesome in some way again, but also epic. Yeah, it really reminds me of 2000 in some way, like nostalgic. I'm very nostalgic to the sound right here. Okay, GIDLE's Escape. like anticipated, Zoran did her rap version. I think everything else was now again written by Binny and the other credit. And you can definitely see that both this song and the other one, including Mini's already, definitely had a very similar chorus structure. You know, where we do this like oh and whatnot. You know, just these very simple. I wouldn't say word fetches. I know there's a specific word for it. For like when you do la 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 or whatnot. You know, but it's always very simple, but always just very, you know, due to it being simple, just so enjoyable to sing along, and the game makes it therefore very comfortable and immediately adds something catchy to it. I liked also how we had, like mentioned, this little break there in between that section then before we get back into the lyrics again to let the instrumental play a little bit, which is now, like mentioned, definitely increases a bit in the tempo compared to the previous songs, but still feels, like mentioned, has something very cheerful and just something very nostalgic in it. I think, I'm not sure what it is, but this song has something so nostalgic about it. I think it's a type of song that gives me all these vibes about, like, you know, driving a car through bad weather, and then you like just sit on a bench by yourself with someone else and just think and talk about life. I don't know, this is just the vibe I'm getting from the song. Escape, you know, like, makes sense, you know, escape with someone else together and then just escape from the toughness of life at the moment and then just enjoy the time together. These are the vibes I'm getting from it. And these are very good vibes, and I really can, again, just say Minnie's doing a great job with the production she's been doing. Like mentioned, Zoran's verse, yet again, that's a talent I always praise a lot about rappers. If you're able to make your rap never feel out of place, no matter the sound environment, that's something very good, you know. And if especially you write it yourself, then it's just something very admirable, because we all know songs where rap comes in and you're like, we didn't really need that, or like, they didn't really fit the vibe or anything. Zoran just makes it always work, and her verse once again on point. Everybody else shine vocally yet again. A very, like mentioned, simple but catchy chorus that I really enjoy. We had a cool bridge this time around as well. So, GIDLE's Escape, like mentioned, also again features a more softer tone to it, like both already in Polaroid, but definitely with a bit more powerful this time with the guitar and everything in there. So we, like mentioned, started very high and powerful, took a dive down, and I think I'm now climbing ourselves a bit more up, as we're now moving over to our 6th B-side, which I, like mentioned, I no idea how it happened, but I somehow managed to not include it in the like add it to my watch later playlist that I always use for these. Gotta quickly find it and add it. Fire. Oh, but it's the same channel that did the first video that wasn't that good. Yeah, I think I will be honest, I think I'd rather skip that one. I will be honest with you, because I don't want it's again too wrong. Let's just try this one and hope that it works. Save to watch later. See list, and I should be able to put it to actually, why don't I wait, why am I not just doing it here, you know? Wait, let me try. There we go, that works also that way. So now our 6th and second to last B-side of GIDLE's first full album, I Never Die, is A Liar, which now this time is once again done by Zoran and Yuki together, also involving credits from Six-Kyun and Kim Young-ju. Alright, again, lyrics only by Zoran, so the composition is again done by Yuki and someone else. I would not again be surprised if Zoran only did her own verse and everything else some of Yuki and the other credits. So let's check it out. Second to last B-sides, GIDLE's Liar, which, if I remember correctly, was actually quite heavy. Well, like mentioned, started high, now do that U-turn again, then just basically, you know, start it over like that. So basically, whenever you start the album at the beginning or at the end, you start heavy, and the middle is the softer section. That's pretty cool. Let's dive into it. GIDLE's Liar. Yes, let's go. My goodness, the visual stuff. Look at these pictures there. I've been walking up in different places. Take a look around. The gradient is here. The contrast between the voice and the beat here. Ooh, great build up. Good switch up in the sound here. I'm ready for the heavy drop. Ooh. I actually would have taken even another section for the pre-chorus to make it feel a bit more powerful. Ooh. Ooh, damn. 그래 맘대로 짓거려야 I'm a crazy tomboy 다시 패스포트 그녀처럼 잡 my hair blonde 또 내가 딴따라란 맘에 안 들던 네 엄마께 나도 별로였다고 생각하고 Tell your mom I didn't like her either. 보다 납담이나 넌 없겠지만 패기 네 다음에 인간 다 안 된다 애기 취급 전에 맞춤법이나 맞춰 안 돼 아이야 Ooh man Soyeon just never disappoints Jesus Now Minnie does the chorus, hell yeah. Minnie and Yuki's English! Ooh, I like this little delay here. We speed, you know, instead of just going into the middle E. Very interesting. Like a diamond shine. Why you think that I'm a piece of glass? Bring my heart, you can This is peak Yuki. Deep voice English Yuki is peak. This reminded me of the cover she did for her birthday. Yuki just has when she goes very deep in the voice, it's just Means it's great too though. Ooh, that's one of these choruses you can shout along with. That's so interesting. We speed. That's so, you know, unusual, but oh yeah, this song is going to be a lot of fun to shout along with. Okay. Oh, we actually added here. Okay. Two things. Number one, or at least like. Oh, actually, I think there are two things I guess, complain about, you know? So we do that first before we get to the positives. Number one, I actually would have, actually, it's kind of combined, because both the first and second thing I have are about the length. I think this definitely, especially given the atmosphere of the song, could have definitely taken another 30 seconds. And I would have given those seconds to one. We do the pre-chorus longer, so instead of doing one pre-chorus section, we do just again, you know, just a bit of different lyrics. Because the way the pre-chorus sound changed, you know, the way the sound changed from the verse to the pre-chorus was really, really damn good. And just a great atmosphere bit. And I think this chorus, which goes so powerful and is such a slow-paced, atmospheric, shouting thing, you know, that you can do alongside pretty well, definitely would have felt even more powerful if we do like a very lengthy pre-chorus instead of a shorter one. That's one thing I could complain about. And like I mentioned, if we add that there and then add like 10 seconds more of the instrumental just outro to hit your bang with to bang your head with, then we would have had those extra seconds. So no, definitely would have added those two pre-chorus sections, so make the pre-chorus in both scenarios longer and add a little bit of an outro there. That's the only thing I would have changed in the arrangement. I think it would have just made it feel a bit more fuller and more satisfying. It's always my little pet peeve, but other than that, really nothing to complain about. With strong lyrics, Soyeon again kills it with her verse. Tell your mama I didn't like her either. Freaking incredible. They all sounded great again, but and just again say, Minnie and Yuki on this album have been absolute buyers-wrecking material. Like, not only the visuals from the music video and from the teasers and everything, but like their performance in this vocally is just so good on this album. Seriously. And this section here, in the bridge from Yuki, is what I'd consider peak Yuki. I'm not sure what, I think it was the cover for her burst. I think I compared her, or like at least when she performs like this, she reminds me a lot of Adele when it comes to this section. Was it even Lady Gaga? I'm not sure again which one it was. But like when she goes into such a deep voice state in English, it's just another level. And that's honestly where I would consider one of the best vocalists, when she goes into that direction. It sounds so freaking good. I mean, just listen to this. I am high priced like a diamond shine. Why you think that I'm a piece of glass? Bring my heart, you can see the real me. Go to hell, baby, what's it do? Like we had like Bonnie and Clyde was a full-on English song as well, and I think this is definitely her jam, and I would absolutely take a full Yuki album 100%. She definitely has one of these voices where I would say, you know, because that's the most important thing about going solo or just wanting to do something solo, you need to have the voice for it, because sometimes there are just vocalists or just performers or everything that just work better as variety in a group rather than like doing a full album on their own. Yuki just has the range and voice to really make an entire album on her own, just alone to hear stuff like this over and over. You know, her deep voiced English like this, like we had it for Bonnie and Clyde, is just another level, okay? Freaking insane. Beyond sounds also great, like mentioned. Shua also had the good stuff. So again, everybody has been shining throughout this album, but I feel like Minnie and Yuki especially. Like the thing is about Zoyeon, like mentioned, her verses are just always killer. But again here, we have a lot of songs where it's really mostly just her verse and nothing else from her, which is a way again can say probably Zoe wrote her own stuff and then the rest was done by the other girls. So she just said she wanted it that way. But like Minnie and Yuki have been absolutely incredible throughout this. Like there were in all the songs previously, but I feel like you just really feel that there's like a new level to it that in the performance this time. Like Yuki had her single album in between, did a lot of stuff in China. Minnie did some stuff on her own, released an own song with TJ Beast. What was the name of it? TJ, I'm not sure again what the name was, but then also like mentioned did this Limuchin thing recently that I gotta check out. You just really feel that Minnie and Yuki have been stepping it up, especially for this album. Again, Shu and me are also sound great, but these two have been stealing the show from me throughout this album. Wow. What a song, as mentioned, besides would have adding another pre-chorus section plus a bit of an outro. Nothing to complain about. Powerful, strong sound. Incredible. Enjoyed this a lot. Now, like mentioned, definitely picked up the pace and just increased the volume again after the very soft middle section of the album. And now wrap things up with our hip-hop song. And I'm still a bit annoyed that we did not get more from the track video, because I'm always like, hey, if you film a freaking track video, then you don't make the full thing, or at least make it half the song. We barely got anything, which gives us now more new stuff basically to check out. Our final, or 7th B-side of Jada's first album is My Bag. The rap diamonds in my bag. Sounded very catchy in the track video already. I'm ready for the full thing. Let's wrap this thing up in style. GIDLE My Bag.
Okay. Red rock diamonds in my bag. If you wanna sit down, to be like that. My mom is
Written to Loaded by Zoyeon.
okay,
Tell you what's in my bag. Oh, we basically only had the intro to the song, okay. So what's in my bag? The lyrics are wrong again here, man. Like, do you really think Minnie does such a long set? Wait a second! Is there rapping Yuki? Yo, Yuki on this album is... How can I show you what's in my bag? Ooh! A rap chorus is something you see very rarely, but it just works for the hip-hop song so much. Ooh! That's me on the lyrics. Won't even lie, that's annoying me a bit myself, but the song though. I'm gonna take my bag. If you want me, dance to the beat that. How can I show you what's in my bag? Ooh! This is a vibe, okay? Okay, I'll show you what's in my bag. Oh! Oh, damn. We don't even need a bridge, I'd say, actually. I feel like this definitely felt more like one long verse rather than, you know, your typical song. So not even complaining too much about not having a bridge. Just actually I would have probably taken an even longer outro. I don't know, it just feed that beat so much. That beat is just freaking cool. But yeah, I'm sorry, I can just again, oh no, work called. Oh man, we're just getting done with this album. And work is calling again. Oh no, why can't I sense the extra hours comment? Or whatever. Again, I can just excuse myself for the lyrics because again, this time I said I wanted to do it as fast as possible, not wait for Zadi for Hani. That's showing now, so sorry for that. But like for the first one too, do you really think that one member does like one long section like that? But okay, let's not focus too much on that. Let's just ignore that and instead focus again on the positives. Because, again, it's not your typical song. It really felt more like one long verse. But oh damn, did they kill it? Okay, we had Yuki rapping. Hello? What? Yuki on this album is pure crack, honestly. But, again, we started off with the chorus, basically. But the way Minnie comes in here. Which song was that? Like, Monikatchi, na 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 na. I'm loving ya, na 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 na. What was the title for that song again? I'm loving ya. Oh, La Ta Ta, of course. Like just a throwback to that. Basically, I like that a lot because it was the way she just did it back then in the title track. I just couldn't get the name right now in my mind. But like the way she comes in here after this chorus is just. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you what's in my bag. Is that Minnie too? Like the radio is like mentioned confusing me a lot. I really can't tell if it's her or if it maybe was even Zoe in a different tone or whatnot. Should have waited for Zadi because now even I myself am not sure anymore. But Minnie's section here is this the way that comes in is just so freaky. Jesus Christ. But Yuki. Oh my gosh. What a vibe, y'all. My god. Do you want to check really quickly though? The lyrics entirely. Okay, I don't know what's in my bag. I think this is Shua, right? And not okay, like I'm now on Genius, and Genius is usually always a bit more reliable. I think it was actually fully MIDI. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, the second one is obviously that's not me. That's you. Yeah. So that was all Shuhua here, and now with that's not Yuki. Now Mion is coming in because, like mentioned here, it says verse 2 Shuhua and Mion. Honestly, I won't even lie. I myself wasn't entirely sure here right now for thing who is who because the range in the voices is that big and they really went for such different tone this time. But like, come on, you must hear that ain't Yuki. Come on. Come on. I get a little, you know. I mean, I'm always thankful for the lyric videos because they are always very helpful to make the reaction a bit more, enjoyable and everything, because you just get a bit more of a glimpse of the lyrics, even though, like mentioned, I'm not entirely sure of if the translations are fully correct here as well. But come on, you gotta know that ain't Yuki. But now, like mentioned, that I know that this is fully Shua. Whoa. Okay. That's always the thing we talked about beforehand. The line distribution Shua not really getting a chance to shine. Just killed it too. I think this is the longest verse on the album, and damn. And now that I think about it, it sounds exactly the same. Why first me and then... Sorry for the lyric video, I could just say it again, but... Neon comes, it's so smooth. And that mini what? Is it Zoe now here though? Can't even tell. Like mentioned, I'm just at this point it's too confusing for me. But like there were, like mentioned, 100% very high mistakes in it that even I can pinpoint out myself. So yeah, again, sorry, I just want to be done with it as quick as possible because I just wanted to listen to this album, so sorry for all the mistakes you had to endure here in the lyric video. I'm sorry for it. But yeah, My Bag is a freaking bop. Holy moly. Like mentioned, more of one long verse rather than your typical full song, and it's such a fun final track of the album. Usually you end an album with ballads or similar. This time they decided to, like mentioned, do it more like you can start the album at the end or at the beginning. You get the more heavier and more energetic stuff there, and we have the middle section be fully more into the softer, into the more vocal focused direction. So that's a very cool way to arrange your album, and I think that's where I can now already move over to the album review section. And I can honestly say, like mentioned, would have definitely taken more, because that's a thing for an album you expect like 10, 12 songs or something like that. At the end, it only ended up being 8, but I'm so grateful that we just got more GIDLE after nearly over a year since Last Dance and over 1 year since the last album. Was obviously a very high anticipated coming. Many people want to see how would it work now without Sojin. I was unfortunately not able to do my Artist of the Month video where I wanted to talk about that. We're going to be doing that, so I won't now go too deep into that topic here. But I think they did a great job in compensating her. Like, obviously, you feel many of these songs would have really worked for Sojin too. I think that's definitely clear to say. Many people were like, when they saw the teaser photos, oh my god, she would have fit so well and everything there. And that's all correct. But I think they did a great job in compensating that loss of a member and really shined here as 5 nonetheless. The album, like mentioned, kicks off very energetically with rock, then just gets more slower and more softer as time goes on before we then pick up the pace again with Escape, go then into a very powerful song with Lyre, then ended with this, like mentioned, short but sweet hip-hop track with Yuki rapping, which I don't think we've heard before in the other song before, which sounded sexual, sounded great. Mini with her throwback to Lata Towers, great. Mion also sounded great in Zoran's verse, of course, Everybody shined, like mentioned, throughout this album. Zone's verses just never disappointed. Yuki and Mini especially shined throughout this album. That I probably would even consider Yuki the album MVP. Like, everybody, like mentioned, Shanju and Mion sounded great too, but I feel like Yuki really stepped it up here and really did an insane job, an especially insane job. But again, both Mini and Yuki have been biased ranking me throughout both this album and the music video, which I did not think was possible for each other, so because Zone is one of my oldest, but damn, they brought it. Again, Mion and Shu brought it too, so everybody did a fantastic job in making this highly awaited and anticipated comeback. Not only feel big, but make it big. We have a lot of great songs in there. I think the album will feel even more enjoyable on just listening to it rather than like me now deep diving into it. It's always the thing if you react to an album that way. It always definitely takes a bit out of the flow of how the album is usually supposed to be. I would feel that now much more than I would just listen to the album on my own. GIDLE's I Never Die, it was highly anticipated. I think they brought it. We have a lot of quality in there. Everybody owned their parts. We had great production by the three producer members, Minizo and Yuki. A lot of variety in there too, and I think for 8 songs, you have everything in there you could ask. So you got your fun stuff, you got your more ballady sound, you got your powerful title track, you got some more softer songs, some more energetic songs, some more aggressive songs. I Never Die is one of my favorite albums of the year, 100%, and I feel like it will grow even more on me as time goes on. The girls brought it. The girls came back with a vengeance and showed we ain't dying yet. We may have lost the member, but we did not lose our talent, our sound of music. They showed so many different sides yet again, so I am insanely satisfied with this. I enjoyed this a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed my reactions. If you did, leave a like down below to show me that you did. What are your thoughts on GIDLE's first full album, I Never Die? Tell me all thoughts about it down below in the comments as well. And as always, if you enjoyed the viewing, if you want to support me, then you can gladly leave a sub as well, or support my Patreon, it would help me a lot. I can again just excuse myself for the lyric videos, it's on me. Like mentioned, I could have waited a few more hours for all Zadi Farhani ones that are usually always a bit more correct, even though there are also here and there a few mistakes, but not as big as those, so sorry again for that. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll definitely be doing more GIDLE as the future goes on. Who knows how much we'll be getting. Maybe special clip or just dance practice or whatnot. We still have a lot of GIDLE live performances to check out. I don't think I've ever really watched one GIDLE live performance. I haven't seen their Queendom stuff yet either, so that's also we can still do. And other than that, March is still stacked through the roof. We had 2 comics today as well that I might be checking out over the next few days. We have so much great stuff going on with Stray Kids on Friday, Red Velvet next week, and Into the Dream in 2 weeks. So whatever content you're interested in, whatever content you're interested in for, obviously get soon on the channel. Stay safe, have and happy. Have a great time. Have a great start into the week. Have a lot of fun re-listening to this album. Thank you for watching. And see you again with more GIDLE or K-pop reactions. Thanks for watching.